Meanwhile, in the icy, snowy demon lair, howls echoed continuously. Su Demon King was frantically pounding the walls, tormented by the curse of the Book of Misfortune, seeking death but unable to achieve it. Su Demon King didn't understand why, despite swearing not to attack Great Swallow anymore, he still had to suffer like this. Yang Tiandong was also curious about who Su Demon King had offended to be cursed out of the blue. Tears welled up in Su Demon King's eyes as he grabbed Yang Tiandong. Yang Tiandong, tell me, what should I do? Yang Tiandong's eyes darted around as he said, adoptive father, is it possible? The immortals want to see your concrete actions? Concrete? Explain. Yang Tiandong continued, for instance, how about you try visiting a human sect to make friends? Perhaps the immortals will change their view of you. Su Demon King's eyes lit up. Visit in person? Are you joking? With so many sects in Great Swallow, I'm supposed to visit each one and smile at those cultivators? Not at all. You just need to pick any sect to visit as a gesture, to show your stance. I see. You mentioned before, in which sect is that? Hanju? The Jade Pure sect. Then let's set off tomorrow. No, today. Yang Tiandong panicked internally. Oh no, I haven't informed master yet. Adoptive father, wait. Humans place great importance on first impressions. You need to transform your appearance. If handled well, making friends would be halfway there. Humans are so troublesome. I don't want to. Are you sure this will work halfway? Before long, Yang Tiandong had arranged a very down-to-earth outfit for the Demon King, and the two demons set off for the Jade Pure sect. A few days later, Su Demon King and Yang Tiandong arrived outside the gate of the Jade Pure sect. Seeing no one to welcome them, Su Demon King was quite displeased. Where's the sect leader of the Jade Pure sect? Come out and meet me, Yang Tiandong advised. Adoptive father, making friends isn't done this way. At this moment, Hanju, inside the innate cave dwelling, also received a system notification about the Demon King's arrival. Hanju's first reaction was to conduct a simulation trial. Su Demon King, why has he come? Act first, ask questions later. After saying this, Hanju initiated the trial. Su Demon King was strong, and it took Hanju 10 seconds to fight him the first time. In subsequent trials, he directly used the Primordial Judgment Sword with Reincarnation Sword intent and the abundant spiritual power to execute the Three Pure Worlds Extermination Sword technique. After multiple attempts, Hanju was finally able to instantly defeat Su Demon King. Next, let's see what this Demon King wants to do. By now, Li Qingzi had already led Su Demon King and Yang Tiandong to the base of the ascetic immortal mountain, cursing at Yang Tiandong, Elder Han. It's an emergency. Hasn't the Jade Pure sect suffered enough over the years? The incident with the 19 sects was bad enough, and now Yang Tiandong has brought someone even more significant. You traitor, if it weren't for you being Elder Han's disciple, I would slap you to death. Then, a cold voice came. I wonder what business Su Demon King has with our Jade Pure sect. The three of them were startled and looked up to see that the newcomer was Hanju. Yang Tiandong exclaimed with joy, it's master. This time, Hanju's demeanor was entirely different, giving Yang Tiandong a sense of boldness. Li Qingzi also admired silently. Elder Han truly possesses vast divine abilities. To have anticipated Su Demon King's visit to the Jade Pure sect, worthy of being Elder Han, regardless of whether we can win or not, this aura alone is victorious. Su Demon King felt the pressure emanating from Hanju, and his sensitivity to battle aura as a demon allowed him to sense that Hanju had just been in combat. Is it an illusion? He clearly just fought, killing many strong beings, with even Union Realm blood energy remaining. The murderous aura is too intense. Impossible. Where would Great Swallow find so many Union Realm adversaries? But his sword intent indeed poses a danger to me. More importantly, it inexplicably feels familiar, yet we've never crossed swords. Are you here to cause trouble? Hanju said coldly again. Su Demon King immediately softened. Not at all. I've heard of Elder Han's renowned beauty, and have always wanted to share a drink and converse with Elder Han. What did you say? Su Demon King felt a surge of pressure coming at him again. Su Demon King quickly corrected himself. No, I wish to share a drink with Li's sect leader by Elder Han's side and become brothers. Please grant me this honor, Elder Han. Yang Tiandong also hurriedly conveyed to Su Demon King's recent experiences in secret. Su Demon King thought he was cursed by immortals and wanted to make amends with the Jade Pure sect to show his sincerity to the immortals. Upon hearing this, Hanju almost laughed out loud. So, it turns out this Demon King truly came seeking peace. Knowing the Demon King's intentions, Hanju's attitude also changed. Since that's the case, then you should go ahead and befriend each other. Seeing that Hanju's hostility had vanished, Su Demon King quickly took Li Qingzi down the mountain. Thank you, immortal. Thus, after thousands of years, the Great Swallow's demon race had their first head-to-head meeting with the human race. The news that the Jade Pure sect of Great Swallow formally signed an agreement to establish relations with the demon race shocked the cultivation world of Great Swallow, elevating the status of the Jade Pure sect to an unprecedented new height. On the other side, Hanju decided he would no longer curse Su Demon King unless he caused trouble again. Su Demon King converted, Xiao dead, and no daily tasks remained remaining. Hanju, left only with cultivation, felt both at ease and a bit bored. Suddenly, the system sent a notification. Enlightenment eccentric has developed hatred towards you. Current hatred level is 4 stars. Who is this? You're bringing this on yourself. At this moment, he was making his move on Hanju's wife, Xing Hongxian, in an ancient secret realm. Previously, Xing Hongxian and this gray-robed elder had been cultivating in the secret realm without bothering each other. But today, the elder acted out of character. The elder approached Xing Hongxian and said, "I've been trying to comprehend this for so long without any success, yet you, a young girl, have managed to learn the divine technique from the wall." Xing Hongxian replied, "The technique belongs to no one. It goes to those who are fated to learn it. Besides, I didn't destroy the scripture. You can continue to study it, but that divine technique was left by the ancestors of my sect. You, young girl, are fated with our sect. Come back with me to the formless sect." This gray-robed elder was enlightenment eccentric. Xing Hongxian wanted to refuse politely, so she made an excuse. "Senior, I already have a master, and my cultivation partner is nearby. This secret realm connects to many places. If I'm gone too long, he will come looking for me." Enlightenment eccentric, with his profound cultivation, calculated and found that Xing Hongxian had no predestined marriage partner. Having a master is inconsequential, but as for a cultivation partner, trying to threaten me? Don't deceive me. You have no predestined partner in this life. The reason the elder wanted to capture Xing Hongxian was that her divine technique had matured, making her very suitable to be his disciple's wife and a human cauldron. In the midst of their conversation, Xing Hongxian pulled out a magical treasure and swung her sword at enlightenment eccentric, but he easily dodged it. Having no other choice, Xing Hongxian resorted to threatening with her own life. "If the senior continues to press this matter, I will end my life here, and I advise you to take back that foolish statement about me having no predestined partner." Seeing that the young lady was unwilling to comply, the elder prepared to use magic to capture her. "If you refuse to obey, then don't blame me for being impolite." Suddenly, several beams of purple light emerged from the ground and wrapped around Xing Hongxian, moving too quickly for her to dodge and instantly binding her limbs. Several purple vines tightly bound Xing Hongxian, creating a very shameful scene. Just then, someone from the formless sect reported, "Sect Master, something terrible has happened. Dong Wanxian has gone into demonic cultivation and his life is in danger. You must return immediately." Reluctantly, the elder had to retract his magic. "What? Damn, why now? This is not the time for problems to arise. I'll just let this woman cultivate for a while longer. This way, she'll taste even better later on." Reluctantly letting go of Xing Hongxian, enlightenment eccentric walked out of the cave, warning her that she had 10 years to consider. If she voluntarily joined the formless sect after 10 years, all would be well. If not, he would destroy both her and Hanju. Everything that had just happened was seen by Hanju through his puppet. "So you're here to poach my wall. Since that's the case, don't blame me for not being polite." Hanju checked the interpersonal relationship to see enlightenment eccentric's information. Enlightenment eccentric, 7th layer of the Union Realm, sect master of the formless sect, a high-level cultivator. Hatred, because you are the husband of the disciple he has his eyes on. He holds a grudge against you and will soon act against you to eliminate future troubles. Current hatred level is 4 stars. Enlightenment eccentric, we've officially got a feud now. Hanju pulled out the Book of Misfortune and wrote down the old monster's name, planning to use the breakthrough moment to curse him with thunder tribulation for 4 days and 4 nights. The tribulation of the Union Realm is extremely terrifying, with thousands of thunderstorms covering the sky above the ascetic immortal mountain. The elders of the Jade Pure sect gathered together, feeling the world-ending storm of the thunder tribulation. Did God-slaying elder break through again? We're already far enough away, yet the power of the thunder tribulation still reaches here. Hearing the discussions of the elders, Li Qingzi stood tall and proud, as if he was the one being praised. Why bother with such talk? You just need to know that you can always trust in the strength of the God-slaying elder. Buyugang looked complexly towards the apocalyptic scene in the distance, his eyes filled with reverence. "I've been cultivating in the manner of the God-slaying elder, yet why is the gap between us growing? It must be a difference in talent. Perhaps one day he will ascend to immortality." Elsewhere, on another barren wasteland, another thunder tribulation had just ended. A man, shirtless and severely injured from the tribulation, succeeded in crossing it. "Damn thunder tribulation, it's finally over. The power of heavenly thunder still cannot be countered by human strength. With my physical body, to withstand a strike of heavenly thunder was indeed pushing it." This person was Zhou Fan. Then, 2 figures appeared in front of Zhou Fan. "How does it feel to be reborn? It cost me quite a few treasures to reshape your body. See if you dare to be reckless again next time." The speaker was Mafuchu, with a woman standing behind him. Zhou Fan addressed this person as a senior. "Thank you, senior, for reshaping my body. Zhou is willing to solve any problems for the senior." The woman calmly said, "This junior brother of yours had a predestined relationship with me in his past life, having saved me once. I'm merely repaying the favor." Past life? Zhou Fan and Mafuchu were both curious. "It's all thanks to your fortune from a previous life. Your own luck is strong. I merely went along with the flow." "Alright, this matter is concluded. I'll be leaving." With that, she turned to leave. Mafuchu quickly asked, Senior, may I know your esteemed name? The woman in purple leaped up, clouds appearing beneath her feet, and left a message. My surname is Xian. Saying so, she flew towards the horizon, like an immortal. Fan asked Mafuchu, which great figure in the cultivation world has the surname Xian? Mafuchu frowned and thought carefully. You're asking me? Who am I supposed to ask? Meanwhile, after enduring the thunder tribulation for 10 days and nights, Hanju finally broke through to the Union realm, and he was beyond excited. In a great mood, Hanju casually opened the interpersonal relationship list to see what was happening. Fan died and came back to life? That's outrageous. This guy must be the protagonist. At this time, the system also provided a notification. You have successfully broken through to the Union realm. You have the following choices. 1. Immediately make your presence known to the world, showcasing your strength, and receive 1 spiritual treasure and a divine ability inheritance. 2. Continue to cultivate in seclusion, aiming to be the strongest under the heavens, and receive precious heavenly materials and earthly treasures. Hanju still chose the second option. After choosing to continue cultivating in seclusion, the system rewarded him with another heavenly material and earthly treasure, Earth Immortal Gourd Seeds. Earth Immortal Gourd Seeds bloom once in 1,000 years, bear fruit once in 10,000 years, edible, can be used to refine magical treasures. If the fruit is allowed to mature over time, it can transform into a magical treasure or even birth living beings. Hanju checked his attribute panel and found his lifespan had surged to 27,900 years, truly worthy of the 6 realms of reincarnation technique. The higher the realm, the more my lifespan increases. If I cultivate to the great vehicle realm, how long would my lifespan be? Several days later, Xing Hongxian returned and immediately went to see Hanju. To this day, Chick still couldn't understand why this woman always came to see his master. Bu Chang'an, who had endured countless emotional trials, was well versed in the ways of men and women and told Chick to mind his own business. When it came to women, Bu Chang'an couldn't help but think of Xiao Mei, whom he had pined over for 20 years, and he unwittingly shared his story. Before I came here, I had been her loyal follower for nearly 20 years. Xiao Mei's cultivation was mediocre, but she was gentle, well-mannered, and had many suitors. I was just one of them, but I knew that haste wouldn't bring success, so I silently protected her, believing that loving her meant making her life happier. Following the principle of loving everything about her, I often invited her boyfriends to eat leeks, pineapples, and oysters, resulting in many of them calling me brother and sharing their experiences with her, encouraging me to keep going. I appreciated their kindness, but I still hoped she would accept me. Sometimes she came to me with her troubles, which showed she remembered my kindness. It was this concern that made me unable to leave her, just accompanying her for abortions 7 or 8 times, with me covering all the costs. Those were just minor setbacks, and she quickly found new love. Although it wasn't me, I got used to it because she likes to save the best for last, so I will have the last laugh. After so many years, all I wanted was to make her understand one thing. If you don't love this loyal follower of yours, you're just choosing to be with a loser. Bu Chang'an became more agitated as he spoke, leaving Chick at a loss for words. Bu Chang'an asked Chick, Brother Chick, why does it work for the master to have women come to him without even stepping outside, but not for me? Chick replied, well, I think it's a matter of self-awareness. After being bullied by enlightenment eccentric in the secret realm, Xing Hongxian finally returned to ascetic Immortal Mountain. Standing in front of Hanju, Xing Hongxian recounted her ordeal with enlightenment eccentric, crying angrily, husband, that's what happened. Enlightenment eccentric went too far. Hanju comforted her, as long as you're okay, that's what matters. He'll receive divine retribution sooner or later. But some of what he said is true. The formless sect's overall strength is far beyond the Jade Pure sects, and staying in the Jade Pure sect might slow your progress. The formless sect could offer you a broader view of the world, and if you're willing to go, you might even find a fortuitous encounter. Xing Hongxian shyly hugged Hanju's puppet doll and said, how could I possibly? Once I've chosen my husband, I want to be with him for life. Hanju, ever the straightforward man, continued to urge Xing Hongxian to think it over, but, you're not my subordinate, you should still consider what's best for yourself. To which Xing Hongxian suddenly embraced Hanju's face, but I like it this way. My husband will surely become an immortal, and I'm waiting to ascend with him. Husband, Miss Xing, please, I need to upgrade your heavenly puppet. Let's talk about that later. Saying this, Xing Hongxian began to take action, her strength leaving Hanju with no chance to resist. This tussle lasted for days, leaving Chick and Bu Chang'an outside worrying if their master could withstand it. Could the master be alright? He hasn't come out in a long time. Should we buy some oysters for the master? In the midst of a desert with a blood-red sunset, Zhou Fan and Mafuchu sat around a campfire, skewering meat and boasting, brother, I'll help you with your revenge first. After that, I plan to conquer the world, to make a name for myself. I want to be the strongest under the heavens. Zhou Fan said proudly, his tone full of confidence. Mafuchu knew Zhou Fan's motivation was also because of a woman. It was yet another story of an unrequited lover, though Mafuchu refrained from pointing it out directly. Zhou Fan boasted, now that I'm in the nascent soul stage, having even defeated spirit transformation cultivators across levels, who among the younger generation can be stronger than me? I want to prove to her that only I am worthy of her. The younger generation. Mafuchu suddenly thought of someone. Are you talking about Hanju? Impossible. Cultivation is about constantly gaining experience and seeking opportunities in the world. Look at me. After gaining experience, my cultivation has soared. Those who were my enemies are still cultivating ascetically, stuck at their old realms. We're the perfect examples. But Brother Han has a high talent. Now, defeating him would require at least the strength of the spirit transformation realm, said Mafuchu. Shofan replied, no problem, but you've reminded me. If I have a chance to return to the Jade Pure sect, I should spar with Hanju to make him realize that ascetic cultivation has no future. Then, taking him along, we three can explore the world together, making a great name for ourselves. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Oh no, why do I have a bad feeling about this? The Formless sect, a cultivation sect with nearly 10,000 years of heritage, boasts profound foundations. Its gate is like a fairyland, with continuous mountains and flowing waterfalls. At the base of a waterfall, a figure sits by the lake, enduring the terrifying impact of the waterfall. Enlightenment eccentric, standing in the distance, looks on with satisfaction. This person is named Dong Wangxian, a disciple of Enlightenment eccentric. Enlightenment eccentric lamented, what a pity, that woman never fell for it. Otherwise, with her as a cauldron, your cultivation would have been even stronger. At that moment, Enlightenment eccentric's energy and blood suddenly became chaotic, and his primordial spirit shook. A surge of reverse blood rushed up his throat, making him dizzy and causing him to fall over. Ah, someone is cursing me again. Dong Wangxian asked anxiously, Master, you've been like this for a while now. Do you know who is responsible? I'll go and kill them for you. Enlightenment eccentric gritted his teeth and cursed. I don't know. I can't deduce it either. But you don't need to worry about this. The curse isn't strong. I can withstand it. Focus on your cultivation and strive to master divine ability as soon as possible. Enlightenment eccentric wondered who could make him a 7th layer union realm cultivator. So miserable. Damn it. Once my disciple has achieved success in his cultivation, I'll make you pay. While Enlightenment eccentric was cursing on one side, Hanju sneezed on the other. Ah, achoo, who's cursing me? At that time, Hanju was digging a hole in the ground, planning to plant the earth immortal gourd seeds. Hanju instructed Buchanan to take good care of it. Buchanan exclaimed, Master has so many treasures. Did our ancestors include any notable figures? Hanju smiled mysteriously. Guess. Joking. I don't even know the origins of these techniques, divine abilities, and treasures myself. While they were talking, Li Qingzi's voice came from behind. Elder Han, long time no see. You have more treasures on your mountain. Li Qingzi greeted warmly. Hey, Elder Han, shall we go inside to talk? Hanju responded calmly. Let's hear it. Which demon king is causing trouble this time, or which sect has caught fire? Li Qingzi blushed and hurriedly explained. None of those. It's great news. The Jade Pure sect recently discovered the ruins of an ancient sect. According to the scouts, it's rich in resources, including techniques, heavenly materials, earthly treasures, and even magical treasures. Hanju asked in confusion, has this news spread? If such an opportunity becomes widely known, it might lead to a scramble among cultivators across the world. Li Qingzi stated, of course not. This is the Jade Pure sect's secret. Besides, although it's been over 100 years and the younger cultivators today may not have heard of God-slaying elder's name, the higher-ups of various sects still remember your heroic deeds. Even if they knew, they wouldn't dare to obstruct the good fortune of the Jade Pure sect. Knowing Li Qingzi's habit of not visiting without a reason, Hanju asked, so what do you want from me? Li Qingzi said with anticipation, Elder Han, would you like to go take a look? Elder Guan has already taken 5 elders and 100 core disciples to guard the site. The teleportation formation is almost ready. Hanju, with a righteous tone, said, in my opinion, although the Jade Pure sect has been developing steadily over the years, the disciples lack experience. Flowers grown in a greenhouse cannot withstand the storm. You, as the sect leader, must be aware of this. This is a good opportunity to train the disciples, to foster their independence and improve the overall quality of the Jade Pure sect's disciples. And I shall stay behind to protect the Jade Pure sect. Li Qingzi had no choice but to agree. That does make sense, but it feels a bit odd coming from you. Hanju cautioned Li Qingzi, be careful. Such ancient sites might have restrictions. Li Qingzi gratefully responded, I understand. If we find any heavenly materials and earthly treasures that can enhance spiritual energy, I'll have them sent over. Thank you, sect leader. As the two walked out of the cave dwelling, Li Qingzi suddenly stopped. Li Qingzi pointed at the Fusang tree ahead. I just wanted to ask, is it normal for this tree to be shaking like that? The Fusang tree's branches were entwined and wildly twisting as if a vine was whipping through the air. Chick and Buchanan were also stunned. The Fusang tree? No, why is it shaking during the day too? This better not be a problem. The master will definitely blame me. Hanju quickly asked the two what was happening. What's going on? Master, we really didn't do anything. The tree just started freaking out on its own. Buchanan said, Master, there's something wrong with this Fusang tree. It would also move on its own at night. Hanju was surprised. Moving on its own? Has it become sentient? Hanju immediately opened his spiritual sense to observe. No primordial spirit? If it had become sentient, it should have developed intelligence and would have a primordial spirit. Could it be the Fusang tree is summoning something? The Fusang Fusang tree grows for 10,000 years, and only then will it attract the golden crow. But it hasn't been 10,000 years yet. Let's see if there's any major event happening in the current world. Hanju opened the system's interpersonal relationship panel, which showed the usual statuses. It seems there's no major change in the cultivation world. What could the Fusang tree be summoning? Meanwhile, beneath another sea of clouds, there was a vast lake like a mirror, surrounded by mountains on all sides. Picturesque. Xian Qingjun was sitting in a pavilion having tea with a woman, the very same powerhouse who had saved Zhou Fan. She asked in a mild tone, "Sister, aren't you ascending yet?" Xian Qingjun, without even opening her eyes, said, "It's not time yet. How is the plan going?" The woman answered, "Don't get me started. Zhou Fan is completely different from his past life, so impetuous. Thankfully, they've completely believed in me over there." Xian Qingjun smiled. "Good. He is a key part of the plan. Make sure he doesn't die again." The woman asked Xian Qingjun, "I really don't understand you. After ascending, you could have transformed and made a name for yourself in the immortal realms with your strength. What are you waiting for?" Xian Qingjun jokingly replied, "Waiting for my cultivation partner." The woman spat out her tea in surprise. "Kidding, you scared me. Being in love means digging wild vegetables for 20 years. Xian Qingjun reminisced, a slight smile on her lips. "Originally, I went to the Jade Pure sect just to see Zhou Fan. Unexpectedly, I met a boy who caught my eye. This boy was a hard-working cultivator. After all these years, he might have reached the spirit transformation." The woman asked in surprise, "His talent is even greater than Zhou Fan's?" Xian Qingjun casually answered, "Of course. Someday, I'll take you to see him." The woman was skeptical. "You're not lying to me, right?" Suddenly, a streak of golden light flew across the sky. Coincidentally, Yang Tiandong and Dian Su Demon King also witnessed this rare sight. Yang Tiandong exclaimed, "Adoptive father, what is that?" Dian Su Demon King, clearly recognizing what it was too scared to speak. "This is the offspring of the vermilion bird, a disaster. Zhu Do." This beast, resembling a dog, could spew fire and devour flames. Wherever it went, it brought annihilation and disasters, thus regarded by the world as a harbinger of fire calamities, an extremely ominous symbol. At this time, the disciples of the Jade Pure sect were unaware of the beast's approach, only feeling the evening temperature rising and witnessing the bizarre sight of the sun and fierce sun coexisting in the distance. The Jade Pure sect was in an uproar, with more and more disciples taking to the skies on their swords to confront it. Leading the charge were Li Qingzi and the elders. The temperature, akin to the blazing sun, was getting closer. If it approached the Jade Pure sect, the sect could face the risk of annihilation. Li Qingzi immediately cast spells to activate the sect's protective formation. Each elder took their positions, starting to cast spells. In a moment, the protective formation was activated, enveloping the entire Jade Pure sect. Although the sect's protective formation could withstand attacks from cultivators, Hanju believed that the formation could not block the physical high temperatures. At the same time, a prompt appeared before Hanju. The divine beast Zhu Do is attacking, intending to occupy the Fusang tree. Zhu Do, at the fifth layer of the Union Realm, is a disaster beast, offspring of the vermilion bird, innately carries misfortune, its body ablaze with the fire of the sun, capable of destroying heaven and earth. Hanju tensed. It's because of the Fusang tree? Damn, it's too late to simulate a battle against Zhu Do. Chick flew to Hanju's side, shouting nervously, "Master, I suddenly feel restless inside. What's happening?" Buchanan also said, "I inexplicably feel panic too." Hanju calmly stated, "It's just the effect of bloodlines. I'll be right back." After saying this, Hanju swiftly flew off on his sword, scaring Chick and Buchanan into thinking Hanju was abandoning them. "Master, don't leave us behind." The terrifying high temperature from Zhu Do ignited the forests on the ground, spreading towards the Jade Pure sect at an exaggerated speed. At this moment, all disciples were terrified, but Li Qingzi, as the sect leader, remained resolute, prepared to fight to the death with the elders. "Stop!" Hanju halted everyone. He advised Li Qingzi not to confront it head-on and to quickly lead the Jade Pure sect disciples to safety. Seeing the god-slaying elders stepping forward, the elders realized how serious the situation was. "Ah, Elder Han, I thought you had fled." Hanju seriously responded, "Honestly, I'd like to run too, but this situation arose because of me, and I can't let the people of the Jade Pure sect bear the consequences for me." Hanju took out the primordial judgment sword, activating all of his spiritual treasures. "Go now, I'll buy you time." Li Qingzi immediately commanded the elders to retreat and disperse the disciples back to their peaks. "Understood. We're retreating now. Quickly, we can't waste the opportunity Elder Han is giving us." Soon, Zhu Do arrived within the Jade Pure sect's vicinity, drawn irresistibly to the Fusang tree's call. It paused upon seeing Hanju, an obstacle. "Get out of the way." It accelerated towards Hanju, spewing flames, as if intending to melt Hanju in an instant. Hanju's eyes flashed with a murderous intent, and he fiercely unleashed the heaven-exterminating demon god sword energy. A black sword energy collided with the flames, shaking the entire area of the Jade Pure sect. Zhu Do was somewhat surprised by the failure of its attack. "There's actually someone here who can withstand one of my strikes." Hanju also silently marveled. Despite being at the fifth layer of the Union realm, it's even more difficult to deal with than enlightenment eccentric. This must be the extraordinary aspect of divine beasts. In an instant, the sky darkened, and divine light began to condense in Zhu Dou's mouth. This is bad. It's getting serious. A blaze that seemed to burn the heavens rushed towards Han Ju at high speed. Han Ju dodged with a flicker, and the flame exploded on the ground, leveling the area outside the Jade Pure Sect's main gate. Dodging this attack, another one came swiftly. To prevent the attack from affecting the Jade Pure Sect, Han Ju used evasive maneuvers to gradually lead Zhu Dou away, but some attacks still landed within the sect. Li Qingzi immediately directed all disciples to head towards the water spirit pool, where a teleportation formation had already been opened. Han Ju knew they couldn't continue like this, as Zhu Dou's relentless attacks left no openings to exploit. The two continued to clash, and in a careless moment, Han Ju allowed Zhu Dou to close in. Damn, it can teleport? The beast's movement was incredibly agile, and although Han Ju wasn't weak, a strike with the heaven-punishing demon god sword only managed to scratch Zhu Dou's skin, not gaining any advantage. This Zhu Dou is too tough. Even the heaven-punishing demon god sword can only scratch its skin. Only that ultimate move is left, but there's no time to gather strength. Suddenly, Zhu Dou erupted with its full spiritual power, like a scion evolving, seemingly readying its ultimate attack. Han Ju calmed down, looking at the situation. Is it gathering energy for a major move? That's coincidental. Han Ju and Zhu Dou unleashed their ultimate moves simultaneously. The burst of intense light made the heavens and earth lose their color. Han Ju had given it his all, and Zhu Dou had also exhausted his spiritual power. Both were engulfed in the dazzling explosion, with the outcome unknown. On the other side, Li Qingzi was about to organize the disciples to retreat orderly, but was stopped by the Supreme Elder. People were puzzled, but the Supreme Elder let everyone feel the temperature, asking if it had dropped significantly. Li Qingzi then realized that the temperature was gradually returning to normal. It's Elder Han. He saved us once again. In the ultimate confrontation just now, Han Ju had slain Zhu Dou with a strike of the three pure worlds extermination, and it was fortunate that his movement was slightly faster. A second slower would have been fatal. At this moment, the system sent a prompt. For the first time slaughtering a divine beast, you have obtained a swordsmanship divine ability inheritance. Congratulations on obtaining the divine ability Heaven and Earth Mysterious Yellow Boundary Breaking Finger. A swordsmanship divine ability, shooting out sword energy with a finger, killing enemies from thousands of miles away. The strength and range of the sword energy depend on the user's cultivation. Suddenly, the system popped up another prompt. The divine beast Vermilion Bird harbors hatred towards you, with a current hatred level of 5 stars. The Vermilion Bird, a Tai level Earth Immortal in the mid-stage, an innate divine beast with strong luck. Because you have slain its child, it harbors deep hatred towards you and will seek revenge upon your ascension. Tai level Earth Immortal in the mid-stage. Earth Immortal, I'm doomed. Han Ju looked at the prompt, his heart filled with bitterness. What's wrong with you divine beasts? Why blame me when you can't watch your own children? But why seek revenge after my ascension? Could it be that the Vermilion Bird cannot descend to the mortal world? It seems that if I want to ascend in the future, I must be stronger than the Vermilion Bird, otherwise it's too dangerous. And what about all these remains of Zhu Dou scattered around? Leaving them here could easily attract the hatred of all sorts of deities. At this moment, Li Qingzi came running anxiously to ascetic Immortal Mountain and nervously asked, what exactly was that sun-like demon just now? Han Ju dared not directly say it was a divine beast, as killing a divine beast could lead to gossip. He misled Li Qingzi by saying it was a powerful demon beast, possibly someone Nine Cauldrons sage had offended in the past, sending their dog to seek revenge. Li Qingzi had no choice but to leave it at that, stating he would send disciples to clean up the aftermath. Han Ju said, my chick is having a meal right now, so there's no need to bother with the cleanup. The appearance of the beast, sweeping through Great Swallow, terrified everyone, yet it vanished in a corner of Great Swallow, leaving an unsolved mystery to the world. The last place where the beast disappeared was within the influence of the Jade Pure Sect, making the sect the center of attention for a while. Various sects tried every means to befriend the Jade Pure Sect, fearing being outpaced by others. Only Jiansu Demon King knew it was the divine beast Zhu Dou that had fallen at the Jade Pure Sect. Fortunately, we had established relations early on. It's best not to provoke them. Thus, the Jade Pure Sect remained peaceful for a few more years. One day, Li Qingzi came to visit Han Ju. Before Li Qingzi could speak, Han Ju preempted, don't come to me with opportunities anymore. I'm not going. Li Qingzi coughed awkwardly and said, this time it's not good news. The Blood Flame Heavenly Gate of Great Wei and the formless sect of the Ancient Origin Province have gone to war. They bypassed both Great Swallow and Western Abyss Province, and though it's unclear why, it's very likely that Great Swallow could be implicated. Han Ju was speechless. They're starting a war from so far away. Must be really bored. It turned out, both sects had potential grievances with Han Ju. It was said that Dong Wangxian of the Formless Sect had killed the son of the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate's sect master. With the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate's momentum, they couldn't tolerate it and directly started a war. It's said that a guest elder of the Union Realm has already led the charge against the Formless Sect. Han Ju was nonchalant. Let them fight it out amongst themselves, as long as they don't threaten our Jade Pure sect. Li Qingzi's tone carried a hint of envy. Union Realm. Ah, when will the Jade Pure sect have a Union Realm powerhouse? Han Ju was speechless, thinking to himself, who are you hinting at? Li Qingzi then brought up the ancient sect ruins discovered earlier. There were actually survivors in the ruins. An old blind man. Guyu accidentally triggered a mechanism and released him. He's been trapped in the ruins for over 1,000 years and is unfathomably powerful. Fortunately, he showed no intention of attacking. Otherwise, Elder Guan would have stood no chance against him. We've tried to recruit him, but he has refused so far. Elder Han, with your strength, do you think you could help us recruit him? Han Ju inquired. Where is he now? Li Qingzi replied. We've temporarily settled him in the inner sect city. Han Ju planned to use the system to check on the man. In front of Li Qingzi, he pretended to use divination, acting as though he was calculating. This person's background turned out to be remarkable. Named Xiao Yao, he possessed the strength of the 9th layer of the Fusion Void Realm. He was the top prodigy of the Heavenly Immortal Mansion 5,000 years ago, the sole survivor of the ancient Celestial Peak sect, blinded by divine punishment. Han Ju asked Li Qingzi, have you heard of the Celestial Peak sect? Li Qingzi responded, there are mentions of this sect in historical records. It was said to be a major sect 5,000 years ago but was destroyed by divine punishment for offending the gods. But Elder Han, what does this have to do with the old blind man? Han Ju explained, it's very much related. That blind man, Xiao Yao, is the only survivor of the Celestial Peak sect. Li Qingzi's eyes widened in shock, inhaling sharply. So, by harboring him, are we not inviting divine punishment upon ourselves? Upon saying this, Li Qingzi was about to expel the blind man. Han Ju quickly stopped him. Xiao Yao is at the 9th layer of the Fusion Void Realm. Do you think you can just send him away? Let him stay in the Jade Pure sect for now. I'll meet him when I have time. Afterwards, Han Ju sent Li Qingzi away. Whether friend or foe, knowing one's enemies and oneself ensures victory in every battle. For safety's sake, Han Ju decided to simulate a battle against Xiao Yao. Fighting against this once top prodigy of the Heavenly Immortal Mansion, the advantage of a simulation trial is that the opponent goes all out with every move, fighting to the death, allowing Han Ju to understand just how formidable the opponent's limit state could be. Based on past experience, the first move is usually their major technique. However, Xiao Yao's technique was truly cunning, able to create tens of thousands of clones in an instant. Not only did this give him a numerical advantage, but the aura of tens of thousands of Fusion Void Realm cultivators was also overwhelming. Han Ju found it difficult to eliminate him instantly. He could only continue with the simulation trials, looking for the best way to instantly defeat Xiao Yao. In a dark canyon filled with the corpses of the fallen, a terrified Su Qi knelt on the ground, shivering. The elite forces of the monster-taming demon sect had just been annihilated, and he nervously looked towards a figure in the distance, pleading, Demon Lord, I'm just a mortal, please spare my life. The person was surrounded by an aura as deep as the cosmos, with a face as mysterious and terrifying as a black hole. The Demon Lord spoke leisurely, boy, if I wanted you dead, you would be dead already. The fact that you're still alive is your opportunity. Understand? Opportunity? Does the senior intend to pass on a supreme technique to me? To which the Demon Lord plainly said, supreme technique? If you are willing to fulfill a wish for me, why not pass on a supreme technique? The Demon Lord saw that Su Qi's fate was extraordinary, difficult to fathom, but he didn't realize that Su Qi's fate was actually misfortune. At that moment, Su Qi had no other choice but to agree to do the Demon Lord's bidding. Little did he know, what the Demon Lord wanted was a massacre in the human realm. Su Qi expressed his horror. Senior must be joking. I'm afraid I can't help with that. The Lord never misjudges people. You indeed have a talent for this. Meanwhile, Han Ju was still engaged in simulated battles with Xiao Yao. Xiao Yao, worthy of his status as the top prodigy of the Heavenly Immortal Mansion, pushed Han Ju, a Union Realm cultivator, to his limits. It took Han Ju a full 89 minutes to defeat him the first time. The second battle took 23 minutes, and only by the fifth time was Han Ju able to reduce the time to within 3 minutes barely. Not good enough. 3 minutes are enough for him to level the Jade Pure sect. Han Ju sighed, resorting to using his newly acquired ultimate move, the Heaven and Earth Mysterious Yellow Breaking Boundaries finger. With a flick of his finger towards Xiao Yao, Han Ju easily defeated him, this time in just 2 seconds. That feels better. That was the most splendid battle. But realistically, he probably wouldn't start with his ultimate move. Taking the initiative right away would do the job. Over the years, Xiao Yao was the first person to truly pique Han Ju's interest. Such a powerhouse, if recruited into the Jade Pure sect, would allow him more peace of mind in his cultivation. At this moment, the system brought up an update, revealing some interesting developments in Han Ju's circle of acquaintances. Oh, seems like there's some fun happening outside. Chick is about to evolve. Speaking of which, Chick was extremely interested in the corpse of Zhu Do. Han Ju turned the corpse into jerky, which the plump chicken indulged in daily. The jerky made by the master is unparalleled, probably the best in the world. The rest will be saved for the new year. Buchanan ran over anxiously. Master, there's trouble. The Fusan tree is moving again. What? Again? Can it just stay quiet? Buchanan insightfully suggested. Master, Master, don't you think it's acting like it's in heat? After all, when it came to matters of heat, Buchangnan knew more than his master. Hanju had an epiphany. The Fusang tree could attract Zhudo and the Golden Crow, so there must be a way to utilize them. Since these divine beasts are of the fire attribute, could the tree require the bloodline of a high-level fire attribute creature? Chick also spoke up. Not to hide from you, Master, but lately, I felt like it's been beckoning me to climb up, but I was afraid you might disapprove, so I didn't dare. Right, Zhudo is a divine beast, and the Dark Prison Chicken is the reincarnation of the previous demon saint. Their status shouldn't be too far apart. Besides, Chick consumed Zhudo, so its bloodline should contain some of its essence, which should satisfy the Fusang tree. Why not? It's only natural for a phoenix to reside in a tree. Hanju encouraged Chick to climb the tree. Really? But you'll have to build your own nest. Excitedly, Chick flew up to the Fusang tree. Indeed, once Chick built its nest and settled in, the Fusang tree stopped shaking. Hanju finally breathed a sigh of relief. Good, the Fusang tree has calmed down. Now it shouldn't bring any more trouble. Just as one wave subsides, another arises. The spiritual energy here is abundant. This must be the ascetic immortal mountain. I presume you are the strongest, the god-slaying elder. A voice came from behind Hanju. The speaker was the prodigy Xiao Yao. Hanju didn't expect Xiao Yao to come to him directly and asked, "What brings you here, fellow Taoist?" Xiao Yao stated, "Your sect leader has been inviting me to join the sect, but my situation is rather unique. Here's the deal. I'll join the Jade Pure sect if you, on behalf of the sect, can withstand one palm strike from me." What? Isn't that a bit arrogant? Wasn't that line usually for the master to say? Is there a new character now? Hanju wasn't surprised, knowing this confrontation was inevitable. Alright, let's test our strengths in the sky. But Xiao Yao declared, "No need," and immediately raised his right palm, unleashing a full force strike. A deadly aura filled the air as his palm solidly hit Hanju's chest. Master, Chick and Buchangnan were terrified. Xiao Yao's palm struck Hanju squarely in the chest, but the impact felt like it hit cotton, with all the force dissipated. Although Xiao Yao was blind, he could tell Hanju was covered in defensive spiritual treasures. Since you're wearing so many spiritual treasures, I won't hold back. I'll strike with all my strength. Hanju thought to himself, really now, full strength at the 9th layer of the fusion void realm. Is this a duel or murder? Despite his internal complaints, Hanju remained calm on the surface. If I withstand it, will you truly join the Jade Pure sect and follow the sect leader's commands? Xiao Yao replied, I never go back on my word. Indeed, I am in need of a place to stay, and the Jade Pure sect has left a good impression on me. Hanju nodded, waiting for the palm strike. Then let's proceed. Xiao Yao once again raised his palm, gathering spiritual energy. The seas of clouds above churned tumultuously, this palm clearly more powerful than the last. Despite being blind, Xiao Yao could sense Hanju's confidence. The publicly acknowledged strongest in the Jade Pure sect is only at the low levels of the spirit transformation realm. His confidence in accepting this challenge. Could he be at the fusion void realm? The strike hit Hanju squarely in the chest with a thunderous sound, instantly dispersing the surrounding immortal energy and dust, creating a whirlwind that even sent some of the lower cultivation onlookers flying. As the dust settled, Xiao Yao was shocked. Union Realm? You're a Union Realm cultivator? A sect without even an Fusion Void Realm cultivator has a Union Realm powerhouse. Hanju, with his hands clasped behind his back, calmly said, So, about the agreement we just made, it still stands, right? Xiao Yao was straightforward. A gentleman's agreement is worth 9 cauldrons. From now on, I am a member of the Jade Pure sect. At the same time, Hanju also received a system prompt. Xiao Yao has developed a favorable impression of you. Current favorability is 1 star. Pleased internally, Hanju said, please keep my cultivation level a secret. Xiao Yao asked in surprise. The people of the Jade Pure sect don't know? Hanju explained, yes, my cultivation level is quite conspicuous in the Jade Pure sect. I also worry that the sect might cause trouble relying on my strength. Apart from longevity, I desire nothing and usually engage in ascetic cultivation. Not many people are aware of my real power. Xiao Yao couldn't help but admire Hanju more. Such a temperament in a cultivator is rare. If only the Celestial Peak sect had been half as low-key back in the day, they wouldn't have faced their calamity. Let's leave it at that. Go find the sect leader. He will arrange a position for you. After parting ways, Xiao Yao headed to the main peak to sort out his entry formalities with the sect leader. Returning to the entrance of the innate cave dwelling, Chick nibbled on jerky and asked Hanju, Master, why didn't you give him a lesson? Shouldn't it be 1 palm from him, 1 sword from you? Hanju helplessly retorted, if I were to strike you with a sword, would you dare to take it? I'm too cute. How could the master possibly strike me? Chick was getting a bit too conceited, Hanju thought, needing to keep it in check. The persona of the surviving chicken couldn't crumble. Hanju warned, I need to remind you that our current situation isn't as rosy as you think. Did you see that man's eyes just now? That's because of a curse from the immortals. Chick's eyes widened in shock. A curse from the immortals? Yes, it's unpredictable. Staying anywhere is equally dangerous, so don't get ahead of yourself. Also, I didn't want to tell you this, but the jerky you've been eating is made from Zhudo's corpse. It is the offspring of the divine beast Vermilion Bird. Haven't you noticed the changes in your body, all thanks to the divine beast? So, you need to practice diligently and become stronger in case the vermilion bird seeks revenge. I've deduced that the vermilion bird already bears a grudge against us, so I need to retreat and cultivate as well. Vermilion bird, master, why didn't you say so earlier? Give the rest of this jerky to the dog then. Chit completely panicked, trembling with fear and even feeling nauseous, but it was too late to spit out a judo now. The next day, the Jade Pure sect announced the induction of a new elder, Fusion Void Realm Elder Xiao Yao. This news excited the entire sect. Li Qingzi prepared a warm welcoming ceremony. Today is a joyous day. Let us welcome the new Fusion Void Realm Elder Xiao Yao to the Jade Pure sect. Wow, that's a realm only the ancestors have reached. The Jade Pure sect is really getting better. I need to hurry and present a gift to curry favor with Elder Xiao Yao. At the end of the day, Elder Xiao Yao agreed to join the Jade Pure sect after a sparring session with Elder Han. Elder Han truly is the pillar of the Jade Pure sect. Who would have known that Elder Han was once just a little medicine servant in the outer sect, and the Jade Pure sect itself was once a minor sect in Great Swallow? It can only be said that the day Elder Han decided to join the Jade Pure sect was the luckiest day since the founding of the sect. Without Elder Han, the Jade Pure sect as it is known today would not exist. 5 years passed in a blink of an eye. Compared to the glory of the Jade Pure sect, the cultivation world was undergoing tumultuous changes. Next door, the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate from Great Way bypassed Great Swallow and attacked the Formless sect in Ancient Origin Province. The two super sects fought fiercely for 5 years. The Blood Flame Heavenly Gate was utterly defeated by the Formless sect, with its Union Realm guest suffering severe injuries and hiding somewhere to recover. Leisure True Person had little hope for the current situation. Senior brother, we have lost again. It's difficult. The guest from the Union Realm was severely injured and has fled to an unknown location to heal. Sect leader Lu Bumi also sighed. The Formless sect is now advancing towards Great Way with an overwhelming force. Our Blood Flame Heavenly Gate is finished. Leisure True Person had a sudden insight. Not necessarily, junior brother. Why don't we surrender? Lu Bumi said. We have a blood feud with the Formless sect. Even if we surrender, they will not let us off. Not surrendering to the Formless sect, but to the Jade Pure sect. Leisure True Person said lightly. Jade Pure sect? Lu Bumi exclaimed in surprise. Leisure True Person explained. We can affiliate ourselves with the Jade Pure sect as long as our lineage is preserved. In the cultivation world, having subsidiary forces isn't unusual. Think about it. Sects around Great Way are weaker than our Blood Flame Heavenly Gate, and sects strong enough to suppress the Formless sect are too far from us. Our only choice is the closer Jade Pure sect. Lu Bumi questioned. Could it be that the Jade Pure sect is stronger than the Formless sect, capable of withstanding the pressure of an attack from the Formless sect? If it's the Jade Pure sect, perhaps it really could. Leisure True Person silently thought of Hanju. 5 years later, Hanju finally came out of his cave dwelling again to stretch his legs. With the dark prison chicken guarding the place, the Fusang tree hasn't been causing any trouble. The Fusang tree and the Earth Immortal Gourd Vine are both growing well. Together with Buchang'an, the spiritual energy of Ascetic Immortal Mountain has been continuously improving. Life is still so beautiful. Hanju also finally broke through to the third layer of the Union Realm. Everything peaceful and beautiful. Hanju habitually opened his social relations to check messages. The dog's life is indeed full of variety. Mo and Zhou brothers are also not having a bad time. Master is about to reach spirit transformation. Xiao Yao is still being cursed by immortals. Will harboring Xiao Yao bring disaster to the Jade Pure sect? Rather than that, Su Qi is truly a headache. His divine status has only now awakened. The misfortune he brings is already terrifying. How exaggerated will it be once awakened? But speaking of which, Su Qi is quite pitiable. People around him always die because of him, yet he doesn't know it's his fault. The heavens sent him down to the mortal world and erased his memories of his past life, letting him wreak havoc among mortals. In the last time with Zhu Do, too, it caused such a commotion, and yet the heavens didn't intervene, as if they permitted it. The heavens don't seem as positive as the rumors suggest. They're skilled at shifting disasters, but don't offer any benefits. What are their intentions? Could it be that there are too many people in the mortal realm, and the heavens want to control the population? Meanwhile, at the main peak of the Jade Pure sect, visitors have arrived. Li Qingzi, the Supreme Elder, Xiao Yao, and a group of elders gathered in the Great Hall as Yan Lin True Person from the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate came to pledge allegiance. Li Qingzi frowned. What? Defect to the Jade Pure sect? Are you serious? Our sect does not wish to be dragged into the conflict between your sect and the Formless sect. The Supreme Elder also analyzed. Clearly, they intend to use us as a shield. Yan Lin True Person said. Our sect leader has stated that if the Jade Pure sect agrees, the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate is willing to fully merge into the Jade Pure sect and become its 19th peak. This statement caused an uproar among the elders. Is this for real? After annexing Great Way, the foundation of the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate has strengthened significantly, far surpassing the Jade Pure sect. If the Jade Pure sect could absorb them, it would undoubtedly soar to new heights. We can't act rashly. We must first deal with the Formless sect. They are also a formidable force. If we absorb the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate, who will stand against the Formless sect? Yan Lin True Person was somewhat disgruntled. baffled. I can't understand our sect leader's strategy. The Jade Pure sect is so weak. Why should we? They only have one lower-level spirit transformation realm cultivator, and the rest are all at the nascent soul realm. Combined, they pose no threat to me, except for him. Elder Xiao Yao. Li Qingzi stood up. Elder Xiao Yao, please take good care of our guest. I need to discuss this matter with Elder Han. Watching Li Qingzi's departing figure, Yan Lin True Person thought disdainfully, not only does the sect lack real power, but its sect leader also lacks decisiveness. What were the sect master and Leisure True Person thinking, wanting to affiliate with such a sect? Xiao Yao suddenly stepped forward. I remember attending the founding celebration of the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate 5,000 years ago. How have you fallen so low? Never mind, since we are both elders, why not have a spar? Yan Lin True Person awkwardly thought, trying to hide your cultivation and surprise me with a golden core realm disguise? Such tricks won't fool me. I've already seen you're at the first layer of the fusion void realm. Meanwhile, Li Qingzi had found Hanju, Elder Han, about accepting the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate. What do you think? Hanju pondered. The Formless Sect. This move will undoubtedly offend the Formless Sect. Although I'm not afraid of Enlightenment Eccentric, I fear he might have even stronger backers. How is the Jade Pure Sect's strength now? Can we withstand the Formless Sect? Li Qingzi sighed. In fact, disciples from the Formless Sect have already intruded into the Great Swallow's border some time ago. There have been many conflicts between our disciples, with us mostly on the losing side. What's worse, they sent several fusion void realm powerhouses to occupy parts of Great Swallow. In the end, it was only thanks to Elder Xiao Yao that those people were suppressed. Hanju raised an eyebrow. This Enlightenment Eccentric, is he targeting me? No, he shouldn't know that I've been secretly cursing him. That means we actually don't have a choice. Once the Formless Sect annexes Great Way, Great Swallow will inevitably become their next target. Indeed, the Jade Pure Sect is in danger, Li Qingzi said anxiously. As they were talking, a thunderous roar came from outside. It's Elder Xiao Yao and Yan Lin True Person from the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate. How did those two start fighting? No worries, from what I see, they're just sparring, Hanju said calmly. Xiao Yao, being at the 9th layer of the Fusion Void Realm, Yan Lin True Person is certainly not his match. The 9th layer of the Fusion Void Realm, why the disguise? Who taught you such a deceptive tactic? Li Qingzi was speechless. I can't tell, it's just a spar. You forced this on me. Take this. Yan Lin True Person prepared to unleash his big move. A blood-red fire snake, carrying terrifying pressure, crashed towards Xiao Yao, who didn't even bother to dodge. Instead, he formed hand seals and deployed a divine ability. Hanju was familiar with this move, as Xiao Yao instantly created numerous duplicates of himself. Li Qingzi, having never seen this technique, was speechless with astonishment. Hanju said, if the Jade Pure Sect truly wants to absorb the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate, it needs to suppress them first. Otherwise, even if the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate merges into the Jade Pure Sect now, it might still harbor rebellious intentions later. Alright, Elder Han is right, Li Qingzi said, somewhat helplessly. It seems Xiao Yao and I share the same thought, both wanting to suppress the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate, which is why he suggested the spar. Soon after, the fight ended, and Yan Lin True Person, with a dejected look, said, understood. I will convey your sect's intentions to our sect master. If there are no further instructions, I will take my leave. Look at his condition. What if the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate decides not to come after all? Hanju coolly replied, they are the ones in need. Since they came to seek protection from the Jade Pure Sect, they must adopt the proper attitude of seeking help. While Hanju was pondering the future developments, the system prompted, Destiny Bearer detected. Do you wish to view their origins? Wow, here comes another one. Morong Chi, at the 4th level of the Golden Core Realm, reincarnated as the war god of the Upper Realm Divine Palace, with the honorific title Marvelous Truth Divine Emperor. Mysteriously, he was attracted to the Jade Pure Sect by the primordial spiritual ginseng. Hanju was stunned. The war god of the Divine Palace, Marvelous Truth Divine Emperor, this is quite interesting. At this moment, Gu Yugang was leading a group of cultivators on a tour of the Jade Pure Sect. These cultivators were not wearing the Taoist robes of the Jade Pure Sect, presumably because they were newly recruited. Gu Yugang deceived them, saying, the Jade Pure Sect is the unparalleled choice for rogue cultivators to become official. Suddenly, one person pointed ahead and asked, Elder, is that also a peak of the Jade Pure Sect? He was pointing at the ascetic Immortal Mountain. Gu Yugang advised the new disciples not to trespass on this mountain, or they would be directly expelled. This person was Morong Chi, who looked like a youth, appearing to be only 15 or 16 years old, probably because he took the youth-preserving pill early. That strong sensation came from the ascetic Immortal Mountain. Does the elder who slays gods accept disciples? Morong Chi inquired further. Gu Yugang hesitated for a moment. He does accept disciples. Previously, there was a monk who knelt at the foot of the mountain for 5 years before successfully becoming a disciple. Upon hearing this, the rogue cultivators were astonished. Kneeling for 5 years? years. What great perseverance. Upon hearing this, Morongchi took note. For that thing, what does kneeling for 5 years matter? To all elders, I won't be returning. I plan to stay here and become a disciple of the elder who slays gods. As if sensing something, the primordial spiritual ginseng sneezed ominously. 2 months later, the sky was once again filled with purple twilight, causing astonishment throughout the world. Purple twilight? Has someone else comprehended the eternal way of the sword? Huang Jihao, looking at the sky filled with twilight, said, "It couldn't be him again, could it?" Sheng Wanqiujian had nothing to say. Indeed, it was Han Ju. With his top-tier aptitude for the way of the sword, Han Ju made new progress, allowing the heaven and earth mysterious yellow boundary-breaking sword finger to advance further. Entering the way of the sword's river again, the world produced anomalies along with him. This time, Han Ju wasn't surprised, but somewhat nervous. I hope I don't encounter that mysterious existence again. Looking at the many figures moving forward around him, Han Ju sighed. Everyone is progressing. I wonder how I'm doing. Suddenly, Han Ju felt his speed increase under his feet, getting faster and faster, unable to stop. In a short time, Han Ju surpassed many people. After running wildly for a while, Han Ju realized, if that person discovers me going forward, it's all over. No sooner had he finished speaking than a figure appeared in front of him. Han Ju's heart skipped a beat. Here comes this person again. The figure was covered in sword light, making it hard to discern his true face. He rebuked Han Ju. "You again. I already gave you a chance last time. Don't push your luck." Han Ju was nearly in tears. "Senior, oh senior, I didn't mean to offend. I just can't stop myself. Please help me." Before he finished speaking, Han Ju had already passed him. The person thought, "This is the first time in many years I've seen someone so fast." In an instant, Han Ju had run wildly to the threshold of the Tai realm, and if he didn't break, he would rush in. At the last moment, someone grabbed his collar. It was the guardian who stopped Han Ju. "You clearly have no past life. So how can you have such an aptitude for the way of the sword? Ordinary people find it hard to take even one step, yet you seem to be chased by the river of the way of the sword as if it's feeding you. Are you cheating?" Han Ju felt a bit awkward, since he couldn't reveal having a system. Everything has a beginning. Perhaps one day, I will become the illustrious past life of someone else. The mysterious sword cultivator did not respond. After 3 breaths, the mysterious sword cultivator waved his hand. "The realm of Tai is not something you can control at this moment. Be careful of backlash. You should go back." With that, he extended his finger as if to flick. "What? You're going to flick my forehead?" With a whoosh sound, Han Ju's consciousness spun around. When he opened his eyes again, he was back inside the innate cave dwelling. Thanks to his progress in the way of the sword river, Han Ju's aptitude for the way of the sword surged again. The spiritual energy of the way of the sword soared into the sky, piercing the clouds. Morongchi, who was waiting at the mountain's base to become a disciple, saw this miraculous sight. "That's right, there must be something I want on this mountain. I wonder if the elder who slays gods will notice me. Oh heavens, please. Why is there someone at the base of the mountain?" A voice sounded next to Morongchi. Could it be the elder who slays gods has come? Morongchi looked up to see a short, plump figure staring dumbfoundedly at him. Sun Quan foolishly stared at Morongchi, infatuated. This young man is so beautiful. Looking at the short, plump figure in front of him, Morongchi was dumbstruck. This guy is so ugly. Could he be the elder who slays gods? Without another word, Morongchi knelt down with a slap. "Please, god-slaying elder, take me as your disciple." Sun Quan was startled. He squinted at Morongchi. "My realm is higher than his, so taking him as a disciple isn't difficult, but I should ask my master first." After asking for his name, Sun Quan told him to keep kowtowing and then went up the mountain. Morongchi thought the other party was testing him, so he continued to kowtow. Arriving in front of the innate cave dwelling, Sun Quan told Han Ju about Morongchi's wish to become a disciple. Han Ju found the situation odd. "Someone outside wants to take you as their master?" Sun Quan said he quite liked the person and would take him as a disciple if the master didn't object. Han Ju thought for a moment. The person is the reincarnation of the marvelous truth divine emperor. It would be good to form a good relationship. Bring him to the front of the Fusang tree for cultivation. From now on, you will oversee him, and he must not leave the vicinity of the Fusang tree without permission. Sun Quan was overjoyed and hurriedly thanked Han Ju. At this time, Morongchi was still kneeling, accepting the test. Suddenly, Sun Quan came in front of him. "Come, follow me up the mountain." Morongchi immediately started calling him master with sweet words. Another year passed. One day, the sect master of Blood Flame Heavenly Gate, Lu Bummy, and Leisure True Person arrived. This time, they were determined to make the Jade Pure sect accept them. Lu Bummy said, "What if they still refuse?" Leisure True Person said, "Refuse? Then I will kneel down and beg them." Upon seeing Han Ju, Leisure True Person thumped down on his knees, completely baffling Han Ju. Lu Bummy understood that as long as the elder who slays gods agreed, the Jade Pure sect would surely agree. Han Ju released his oppressive aura, and the Six Paths Ultimate Seal exploded, locking down both individuals, planning to intimidate them further. In that instant, Lu Bummy and Leisure True Person could not move. They felt the terror of facing death. Aura of the Union Realm. "It's the Union Realm." Lu Bummy's legs went soft, and he also knelt down, tremblingly stating their purpose, hoping Han Ju would consent. Han Ju calmly said, "I hope that that after you join the Jade Pure sect, you will not harbor any second thoughts. All disciples should be dispersed and integrated into the Jade Pure sect, understood? The two hurriedly kowtowed to express their gratitude. Hanju then released the 6 Paths ultimate seal into their bodies. If you ever harbor any second thoughts in the future, I will chase you to the ends of the earth. Do you understand the consequences? Lu Bumi hurriedly assured that they genuinely wished to join the Jade Pure sect. Hanju did not continue to press them and directed them towards the main peak. Seeing Hanju about to return to his quarters, Lu Bumi immediately said, "Senior, please wait." Previously, the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate was heavily harassed by the Formless sect. Many treasures and disciples are still in great way and cannot be brought to the Jade Pure sect. Could you lend a hand? Hanju, recalling his grudge against the Formless sect, replied, "You go back and organize the evacuation. I will take action when the time comes." The two bid farewell to Hanju, thinking to themselves, joining the Jade Pure sect was indeed the right move. Back in his cave dwelling, Hanju started pondering how to deal with the Enlightenment eccentric. As long as he keeps getting injured, the Formless sect won't dare to act rashly. The matter with my wife cannot end like this either. After some thought, he took out the Book of Misfortune and began to curse the Enlightenment eccentric. A month later, within the Formless sect, Enlightenment eccentric coughed up blood again. He still couldn't guess who was cursing him. How can I take action like this? At that moment, a scout reported, "The Blood Flame Heavenly Gate has already joined the Jade Pure sect. Should we continue to pursue an attack?" Enlightenment eccentric sighed helplessly. "Let's call a truce. Negotiate peace." Hearing about negotiating peace, Dong Wangxian became anxious. If this gets out, others might think we're afraid of the Jade Pure sect. With our strength, even facing both sects wouldn't be difficult. Suddenly, Enlightenment eccentric thought of something. Right, it's that woman from the Jade Pure sect. Ever since we tried to capture that woman, the curses began. And now it's related to the Jade Pure sect again. Could it really be connected to them? Dong Wangxian claimed that the highest strength in the Jade Pure sect was only at the spirit transformation stage, and he himself could surely capture Lu Bumi if he personally took action. Enlightenment eccentric immediately stopped Dong Wangxian. "You are about to participate in the Heavenly Immortal Mansion trial. Don't cause unnecessary trouble at this crucial time." Yet Dong Wangxian was still reluctant. After fighting with the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate for so many years, are we just going to give up like this? With Enlightenment eccentric's mind made up, Dong Wangxian had no choice but to comply. Meanwhile, on ascetic Immortal Mountain, Murong Qi had been practicing with Sun Chang'an for a long time. It was only when Xing Hongxian visited that he realized Sun Chang'an was not the elder who slays gods. Damn, I followed the wrong master. Since the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate sought refuge with the Jade Pure sect, the Formless sect temporarily halted their offensive. Consequently, the Jade Pure sect's development soared, attracting a continuous stream of mortals and rogue cultivators seeking to join. Thus, the Great Swallow enjoyed 10 years of peace. The system sent a notification. Today is your 400th birthday, and you can obtain one spiritual treasure. You have the following choices. 1. Come out of seclusion and obtain a spiritual treasure to prove your strength to the world. It's uncertain what kind of heavenly materials and earthly treasures you might get. 2. Continue in seclusion, staying away from disputes. You will obtain a spiritual treasure. On this joyful day, Hanju didn't hesitate to choose the second option directly. You chose to continue in seclusion and obtained a spiritual treasure. Congratulations on acquiring the supreme spiritual treasure, Perfected Heavenly Spirit Bracelet. A supreme defensive spiritual treasure. It can isolate spiritual sense and defend against soul attacks. Sweet, another defensive spiritual treasure. After putting on the bracelet, Hanju looked even more like an immortal. At this moment, a voice echoed across the sky of the Jade Pure sect. "I am Jilingchan, here to challenge the Jade Pure sect. This is a contest of skill, not a matter of life and death. Does anyone in the Jade Pure sect dare to fight me?" A challenge to the sect? Another Huang Jihao. Hanju immediately checked the challenger's cultivation level. Jilingchan, second layer of the Union Realm, disciple of Heavenly Immortal Mansion, arrogant by nature, wishes to become the world's #1 cultivator, wanders the world, challenging others everywhere, has not yet been defeated. A disciple of Heavenly Immortal Mansion? I have long heard of Heavenly Immortal Mansion, and today I finally meet a disciple. He immediately used the simulation trial to test his strength. After waiting outside for a long time with no response, Jilingchan began to speak disdainfully. "The Jade Pure sect, which has taken in the Blood Flame Heavenly Gate, has no one who dares to fight me. This is truly disappointing. I offer 1 million high-grade spirit stones. The winner takes the stones. Not enough with 1 million spirit stones? I'll add another spiritual treasure." Really? Is the Jade Pure sect full of cowards? People of the Jade Pure sect, come out. If you had the guts to establish your sect, why don't you have the courage to fight? The person kept nagging in the sky, and Li Qingzi dared not make a sound, only hiding away to read magazines in seclusion. With Elder Han and Elder Xiao around, they should handle the sky if it falls. Xiao Yao felt the opponent was not simple, didn't want to take risks, and thought of having Hanju make a move. Hanju found it bothersome and wanted Li Qingzi and Xiao Yao to go and fight. Losing is okay, just as long as Jilingchan is sent away. Thus, an awkward scene unfolded. A Union Realm great cultivator came to challenge, but no one responded to the challenge, nor did anyone come out to receive him. If no one comes out within 10 breaths, I will flatten the Jade Pure Sect. Jilingchan grew increasingly angry, preparing his magic to bomb the Jade Pure Sect's 18 peaks. Fellow Taoist, please hold. Fellow Taoist is formidable, and the Jade Pure Sect admits inferiority, willing to concede. Hanju conceded directly to avoid trouble. Upon hearing this, Jilingchan frowned tightly. You've already come. It's not as simple as just saying you concede, and that's that. Fellow Taoist is as elegant as a jade tree facing the wind, with a handsome appearance, clearly possessing the temperament of a heavenly pride. Why possess such anger? How about we become friends instead? Jilingchan, flattered, still pressed on. You're eloquent. Since you're here anyway, let me give you a few pointers. Let the Jade Pure Sect witness. After hearing this, Hanju frowned, getting angry. This guy is really shameless. Does fellow Taoist insist on a contest? Cut the chatter. I am one of the heavenly immortal mansion's proud talents, never afraid of anyone. Hanju didn't waste words, slowly shaping his fingers into a gun shape. Fellow Taoist, you've offended. With a whoosh, a sword energy flashed by, and Jilingchan was shattered in an instant. Merely a proud talent from the heavenly immortal mansion, you couldn't withstand me for 3 seconds in a simulated trial. Who gave you the courage to challenge me? Fellow Taoist, please spare his life. Suddenly, a voice called out to him. Hanju was taken aback, only to see a golden dragon soaring, protecting an elder in Jilingchan's primordial spirit. Here comes the elder after the junior. I didn't want to cause trouble, but I'm not afraid of it, Hanju said coldly. The elder sighed as well. Fellow Taoist is right. This matter is indeed Lingchan's fault. I apologize on behalf of my misguided disciple. The elder's tone was sincere, and he appeared even more majestic and profound against the backdrop of the golden dragon. May fellow Taoist grant me a favor and allow me to take him away? Hanju had no intention of killing. Can I trust fellow Taoist's word? Of course. Suddenly, the system notified. Taoist Jikong has developed a favorable impression of you, currently at 3 stars. Taoist Jikong, one of the 12 Taoists of Heavenly Immortal Mansion, 7th layer of the Tribulation Crossing Realm. He developed a favorable impression because you did not directly kill Jilingchan. Damn it. 7th layer of the Tribulation Crossing Realm. Lucky I didn't make a mortal enemy. Hanju pretended to be calm. The elder then asked, may I know fellow Taoist's name? Loki. Loki? What a good name. Taoist Jikong praised, then left with Jilingchan. Leaving the Jade Pure Sect's territory, Jilingchan began to feel fearful. I couldn't even withstand a single move from Loki. Taoist Jikong said slowly, if he hadn't intentionally spared your primordial spirit, even I couldn't have protected you. Jilingchan was shocked. But master, you are in the Tribulation Crossing Realm. As a clone, I was fortunate that the true body of the Heavenly Dragon protected you. But if he had exerted his full strength, I fear even the Heavenly Dragon would not have been able to withstand it. Jilingchan was dumbfounded and speechless. I never imagined that there are so many hidden powerhouses outside the Heavenly Immortal Mansion. Even in a small sect there are great beings in seclusion. Taoist Jikong saw that he had gained some understanding and thought to himself, the child has grown up. However, Jilingchan quickly rallied his spirits. In the future, I should challenge more sects like this. Only then can I deepen my understanding that there are people beyond people and heavens beyond heavens. Damn, all my words were for nothing. Now, get back to the Heavenly Immortal Mansion and don't come out for 100 years. Why, master? I've only been out for a short while. Idiot, who do you think has been saving you every time?